Clarcorp Industrial Sales, in my opinion, is the preeminent fastener distributor in the greater Milwaukee area. We have 4 locations across the state. We've got one in Wausau, we've got one in Madison, and we have 2 locations here in Waukesha, one that serves as corporate headquarters, and the other one is a satellite facility that handles some of our overflow from the main office.
We're a full service package company. We can do package in bags, we can do skin press packaging for customers, the vending. It's all about giving the customer options to help them reduce their costs.
I think when customers initially come to us, it's usually out of necessity, right? They're sick of the late deliveries, the price fluctuations, the everyday handling of parts. So when we go into an account, we try to streamline all those things, and we try to take those worries off the plates of our customers. And I think that is the biggest thing that they see when they switch to Clarcorp is, hey, I don't need to be hands-on with this product or this material anymore because I have a vendor who's managing it and doing it for me and will give me the necessary reports and data that I need either on demand or monthly. Again, we become an extension of that company.
Yeah, a lot of times, especially with new customers, it's problem solving. If they come to us, they have a problem, and they're looking to us for a solution. And then that's where we really get our team together. And it's a team, it really is. It's not one person, it's a group of a handful of people that get together and see what kind of solution we can come up with for that customer.
We can't get it to you fast enough is our philosophy. We need to make sure, even if you're not panicking, we're panicking for you, the customer. But it is really important to get that product accurately and on the line as soon as humanly possible.
Yeah, I think that's the cool thing here is everything's customized for our customers. We do not have a system where we go to the customer and say, here's your options, Mr. Customer. You can choose A, B, or C. That's the programs we have. We go the opposite way. We come in, we meet with the customer, we study the customer, and we design a program fit for that specific customer.
When you look at implementing things like vending in certain instances where we can actually see in real time product being moved, that data becomes critical with the replenishment process, with the ordering process. So we can now look at how long does manufacturing take to get product in, if there's secondary operations involved, what is that lead time to getting to our dock and then to our customer.
We do not charge our customers until they consume the product. There are other industrial supply companies that do vending machines that when they load the machine, you pay for it and you charge them. It's not really fair, because if you're going to load a tray with 10 different cards of something, but they only use 2 a month, but you bill them for all 10 of those cards, I mean, come on. Right. It's gonna take you 5 months to use all those cards. I don't think that's very fair to the end user.
Having inventory there just in time all the time so that our customers don't have to have those capital dollars on the shelf. We will carry that burden, even if that means we have to carry some inventory. We never want you to run out. We never want you to have too much. We want it there just in time for you.
So one of the other benefits that we have with the vending machine is product security. So when you get a lot of consumables that come out of these vending machines, like the safety glasses, like the gloves, you start to get into some more expensive parts like router bits and drill bits. It's very easy for those parts to disappear off of job sites when they're not managed. The vending machines provide a measure of security for those parts to make it harder for them to walk off of the job, because users have their own individual pin that they plug into the keypad to vend the particular product. If there's a quality problem, if they're breaking that router bit, we know about it faster now. Instead of on our next visit, we can see when we get the daily reports, hey, this router bit was vended 3 times. 5 bags of 100 in there, and that serves the manufacturer for a week. So all of a sudden your usage goes way down. Therefore, your cost goes way, the end user's costs go way down, and their profitability goes up. And if they also, again, need to be more competitive in their marketplace, they now have the ability to do that. it's a small bar to cross to justify having a vending machine on your floor. It's a very small bar to cross. It's not like you need to be writing, $1 million of business a year to justify a vending machine. You actually don't. You need a fraction of that. I would say if you have a production floor where you're manufacturing something and you have multiple people doing multiple manufacturing options, you're definitely a good, solid candidate to look at a vending machine. I would add this. The more people you have on your manufacturing floor and the more processes you're doing on your manufacturing floor, the more likely you are that a vending machine is a good fit. That I would say, for sure.
Yeah, we have a form and fill machine, state-of-the-art equipment. It's designed to help us speed up production. It's also designed to help us with quality of output. It's really kind of a game changer for us.
So the form and fill machine has been discussed for many years, and we are so excited that it is finally here. In the week of 9/11, we put in our first automated packaging machine, and it was a tough week, but you always remember that, right? And we have gotten so much business just because of having the automated packaging, because we could be competitive, because we could do things that by hand you just can't do, right? So now to take that up to a whole new level with the form and fill is phenomenal.
So the new piece of equipment that we just purchased was an effort to help us modernize our kitting process and really move us forward into the next couple of decades in our ability to not only build kits efficiently but cost effectively. It is currently set up as a 6-bowl form and fill machine that can run parts anywhere from a 1/8 of an inch all the way up to, in certain cases, 3/8 of an inch. We can do 6 different parts in various quantities, and we have the capability that if business dictates, we can add 2 additional bowls and make it a full 8-bowl form and fill machine. It gives our customers a whole heck of a lot more freedom to, if you will, change how they can present their product to their customers. It also gives our customers the ability to be more competitive against their competitors in the marketplace. The other thing that it means for our customers is it allows for a more, if you will, sudden delivery because of production spikes on their case. So if they need, I'll make up a small number here, they need 50,000 kits in 24 hours, we now have the capability where we can make that happen.
And I think the cool thing really is we're going to be able to package things that we could never package before for companies that maybe have nothing to do with fasteners.
We're not just some mom and pop shop or larger corporation that's just going to give you the best price and drop product off at the dock. We're here to offer you services and solutions.
The heart of Clarcorp is the people. It's the relationships of the people. It's the longevity of the people. It's the reminiscing of how things were back in the day, because so many of us, I probably shouldn't use this term, but it's just come to mind, is yours truly, we're a little long in the tooth. So we have a lot of history together, especially the senior team. Some of us kind of grew up together here. That's why through many different types of economies, the good times, the not so good times, we always survive. And the reason is because we trust one another to do the job.
If I were a new purchasing manager looking for a vendor, I would look for a vendor that best suits that partnership role with me. That vendor that makes my job easier, who understands the needs of both me and my company. How can you bring value to what I'm doing?
To sit here and talk about the nuts and the bolts, so to speak, just because the nuts and the bolts are the nuts and the bolts. I mean, whether you buy them at Clarcorp, whether you buy them at Home Depot, whether you buy it, online at McMaster Car, or go to any of the other, fastener distributors across the country, the nuts and bolts are the nuts and bolts. There's no changing that. Where it really comes down to is the services and the service. be it the vending machines, be it the packaging, the skin packaging, the form and fill machine. That's where we're trying to differentiate ourselves. And obviously the service, it's the 3:30 call that says, hey, I'm out of parts. I got a $100,000 order that I need to ship out in about an hour, and I need a $5 bag of washers. What can you do? And 30 minutes later, the washers are on their dock. That's what needs to be talked about. That really has been my focus since taking this job, is not talking about the product, talking about the service.